Okay,
Let's go.
we in this mug. We in
Let's
this
go.
mug. We chilling.
Let's talk football.
Let's talk about it. Oh yeah. He said, "Hell yeah."
Sit your ass down. Sit down.
Sit your ass down. Woo! Welcome back to the Sit Your Ass Down Studios. We back with another episode. It's the Me and D Monday Night Wrap-Up Show. I'm one of your hosts, Dave Jr. holding it down. Pops ain't here, but we holding it down along with
AM and the PM. Dre, happy to be here.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. The kid. He's
along
here.
with
He's here.
Yes, sir. It's the kid
ACC.
back in the building. Okay, we just gonna get right into it. We just gonna have to start the combo. Week 6, what's popping? I got a few little topics before we get into the actual recap of things. So this is a little segment that I came up with. It's called the new hotness. The new hotness. So pretty much I got some new quarterbacks, new up and comers. Out of these quarterbacks, who do you feel is going to be the new hotness, the new face of the league, and like potentially be like we talk about Patrick Mahomes, or Joe Burrow, or Josh Allen, or Lamar down the road. So I got CJ Stroud.
Okay.
I got Jaden Daniels. I did Caleb Williams. And then I also threw in Jordan Love. I know Jordan Love, he's not like a rookie or nothing like that.
Got his money.
But he's a fresh face that we're seeing that has that trajectory of being one of those people. We'll start with you, Corey. Out of those 4, who do you think is going to be that new hotness?
I think it's obvious, and it's already happened. CJ Stroud. If you guys watch all of his live streams, all of his little podcasts that he's done, he's very well spoken. I never really see him coming out and saying anything controversial. He always saying the right things in the interviews. His play speaks for himself. He's
very religious too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
his play style is what the media likes. They like that pocket passer that can scramble, that Patrick Mahomes. He just fits the bill. It's CJ Stroud. That's what I think.
Okay, what about you, Jay? Who you think?
Honestly, I'd probably say Jaden Daniels. Just what I'm seeing right now, I feel like he's working. He's doing a lot more with less right now. It's a new ownership and everything with that franchise. And God forbid, I heard the stadium's horrible too. He locker room probably trash and everything.
He probably want to upgrade.
I'm telling you, but he still make
right.
They said you remember the fans had the poop water that was on them.
Yeah, they in DC. Y'all know how DC is.
They was at the stadium. They had the water like literally. They was like, I can't even drink my beer. You got sewage on me and stuff.
Yeah. I think all of them had that trajectory. Even you're starting to see a little bit of Caleb Williams coming into his own. Now, I don't think he's on that level yet as a CJ Stroud or Jaden Daniels yet, but he's making a strong case. I really like Jordan Love. The way he plays,
he was
he's been in the league for a long time.
Confident.
Yeah. So I think
I like his mechanics as well too.
Right.
He just look.
But I think that's where he gets a little advantage because he has been in the locker room in a franchise like the Green Bay Packers, who are serious about football, behind Aaron Rodgers. He's one of those people, that he's definitely going to be in the front seat. But out of those, I might have to agree with Corey with CJ Stroud. I like his game. He's young, he is smart, and he makes the right plays. And I feel like his swagger and the way he carries himself, like you were saying, you don't hear too much about him outside of this. Not a lot of controversy, and he does well as far as an influencer with his podcast and like his YouTube that he does with Micah Parsons. Yeah, I'm gonna go CJ Stroud, but I think all of those quarterbacks have the potential of being that face of the league, and you're starting to see the new Peyton Mannings, the new Tom Brady's, the new Drew Breeses. You're starting to see these are going to be our future quarterbacks. So.
For sure. I was going to say Brock Purdy, too, just because he was young.
I like Brock.
And Mr. Irrelevant, but
we'll
probably have to see a little bit more with the...
We'll talk about him definitely when it gets to when we recap the games, but I think Brock is actually... I think he's legit. I think he's pretty solid. But yeah, we'll discuss that more. There's another little segment that we're going to talk about here. I don't even know what to really call this. We're gonna say constructive criticism. Let's call this. So you're gonna think about your team. Think about your team, and this could honestly be the same answer. What can they improve on to get them where they need to be, and what are they missing? Now it could be the same thing, but think about, dang, they really can improve on this. if we can just do this, correct this, then we are winning some games. And then also, what are they really missing? Whether it could be a quarterback, coach, or it could just be like, oh, we're missing a run game, offense, something like that. Dre, we'll start with you. Think about your team. What can they improve on, and what are they missing?
Well, we had a lot of injuries as far as like in our secondary defensively and stuff. So that was hurting. We just got Antoine Winfield Jr. back today. So that was good. He had a scoop and score for a touchdown. So that was awesome as well. But I will say something that we can work on is just getting some stability as far as a running back situation. We got a brand new running back every week. Like the guy you saw, Sean Tucker. Like, man, I wish I would have known because I would have picked up.
For real.
Like he
came out of nowhere.
I think he had like 33 or 35 points on fantasy. But if he's gonna be that guy, I hope they start utilizing him and getting him that the yardages and touches that he needs as well.
Nice. What about you, Corey? What about them Saints? What you think? What can they improve on? What are they missing?
And we'll talk about it, I'm sure, when the game comes up. But I think it's consistent quarterback play, definitely. And it's not that we've had terrible quarterback play; it just hasn't been that top tier quarterback play that we need. And then hopefully, and like I said, we'll get to it later probably, but Spencer Rattler didn't look bad. There was time, like I said, me and Dre were talking about it in our little chat. He's a rookie quarterback that you started in the 6th week against a top division opponent. Okay, so obviously I didn't expect him to go out there and have a lights out game. It was a hope in the back of my mind, just like it was every other Saints fan. But he looked good, and he looked confident enough to make mistakes and not let those mistakes affect him the rest of the game. So if we can continue
and be
with
detrimental to the team,
exactly,
like a Desmond Ritter.
Yep. He threw a couple picks, but it didn't change his adventurousness. He was still throwing it down the field. It didn't look like it affected him. If we can do that, take some burden off the defense, then we can start putting things together. Then we can start putting wins together. I think that's what it is, consistent quarterback play, and hopefully we have that.
No, that's good. It's so crazy that all of our teams are in the NFC South. So for me, as far as the Falcons go, I would say improve on finishing in the red zone. I think we rely on Koo a lot. Luckily, he's one of some.
Let me just get 3 real quick.
Right, yeah, Koo, he definitely, as far as fantasy, he gets a lot of fantasy points. But I think just finishing in the red zone, I think that would probably is what we can improve on because we get there a lot of times today against it was against the Panthers, but a lot of times we were down there. We just end up just getting 3 points, and then luckily we make some stops on defense. But if that was we're going to be facing some better teams like the Saints and Tampa Bay. You're giving other teams more opportunities to come back. You got to get touchdowns. If you get touchdowns, that's not even a game right there. But at certain points of the game, I was like, man, it's still not over. It's still not over. We're just getting field goals. They can still get a touchdown. Like it's still not over.
They toy with you.
Yeah, so I'm just like, so that we can improve on that. I think what we're missing, just a little bit more. Run game was good today. I think we're just missing just some more maturity. For real, if you just look at our team, it's very young. Kirk Cousins, he is the maturity there, but a lot of our players are just so young, fresh. Drake London, Bijan, even Algier, Kyle Pitts, they're all just young. So I think as they get some more maturity, I think that's when they'll get better about closing and just having those good habits. So that's some constructive criticism right there. So I got another just real quick segment. This ain't my team, but I fuck with them. It explains itself right there. This ain't my team, but I fuck with them. Corey, you can go ahead and start that off.
I think y'all probably already got a guess with the purple light on my face, but we're going to go with the Ravens. It's not my team, but Lamar is my dog, for real. They my stepsons, for real. And they had a good game today, too, 20-30. It was a close game against Washington. I think they got a chance this year with this Derrick Henry that they got coming alive a little bit. They're starting to work out their play call. They're starting to get a rhythm a little bit. Their defense definitely needs to pick it up, but if they can get back on par with what they were last year, they've got a shot. They've got a real shot to be in the Super Bowl.
They definitely do, man. They're getting it together now.
For sure.
I wanted to say probably Arizona, but I'll probably go with Green Bay.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I like how they looking in the NFC North. But yeah, honestly, also surprised for the Vikings. They didn't know they had a bye week this week, but being 5-0 right now, like that. I like that purple too, but being 5-0, that don't hurt either.
That don't hurt none either. Especially who would have thought Sam Darnold?
That's what I'm going to say.
What?
Talking bad about Darnold. It's okay. I guess Kevin O'Connell.
That's crazy.
They call the head coach. They call him like the quarterback mind reader or something like
guru.
Yeah, guru. I mean,
because he knows how to
get these quarterbacks together.
And you can tell because Kirk Cousins was balling for real.
Yep.
With Minnesota.
Knows the right plays to call and what QB's in his system. Even
the
when
best receiver does that, though.
The Pasternack was there. He had him cooking for a little bit.
Right.
He was. Dobbs.
I would say you're right, though, Corey. You got a whole bunch of fast guys just running around the field.
Have, Addison,
you got the best receiver
and Jefferson.
And Jones
and then
now.
Aaron Jones. Yeah, Hockenson is tight end. They got some weapons. Yeah. They just needed that good quarterback play. But no, those are good. Those are some good teams. I might have to agree with Corey. The Ravens, they ain't my squad, but I don't know why. I don't know if it's Lamar. I really think it's just Lamar Jackson. I'm a big Lamar Jackson fan, and I'm just like,
is it the crab cakes?
I don't.
Crab cakes in football.
Well, I don't know. Really, besides him, he's cool. Yeah, Henry. Yeah, when they added Henry. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure, Henry, because I'm a Henry fan too. So I think between those two players,
and that was the last piece though, because they did have some good running backs. J.K. Dobbins,
even like Gus Edwards, and
nice. Last piece would be Devontae.
They just need
that's fair.
Or Amari. They think it's gonna be Zay Flowers, but Zay Flowers he's cool, but he's more like a change of pace.
Mm-hmm. He's like your Tavon Austin. If you're about to throw that deep ball, I wouldn't be trying to throw a deep ball to freaking Zay.
You need
because he might catch it. He might catch it and fumble that motherfucker, right?
You need someone like Rashad Bateman and Aguilar's size, but
just like
higher tier.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah,
they need like a Nico Collins even.
Right? Yeah, Nico Collins. Yeah, you like almost like a Mike Evans, someone who can you can go down the field and they're just a big body and they can do DK, AJ Brown type of receivers. I know those are one of a kind receivers, but that always helps the offense.
Yep,
just a guy who can go down and fly and he can make it happen. So yeah, moving on. So we'll actually go into fantasy leaders. Corey, if you want to just let the people know.
Hell yeah. All right. Y'all know how we do it. We're going to start with the tight ends. We got a new one this week. It was old boy from Green Bay the past couple weeks, but we got Cole Kmet. Okay. I think this is his first time on the board.
Cole Kmet was balling.
Yeah, Chicago.
Cole Kmet. I think you got Cole Kmet.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like,
dude,
damn.
Him and Caleb Williams are just like that duo
1 and 2.
Some reason.
Yeah. 1 and 2.
It was the Jags. Don't get too excited.
It was the Jags.
5 for 5, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns, 24 points. Cole Kmet is a specimen. He looked like a man when he did that first touchdown pass. He sunned that one dude and then stretched. Okay, that was great.
He was getting to it.
I would want to take a tackle that dude coming on the streak route straight over the middle, and then you're just like the cornerback coming across, or you got to be a safety coming down. Just it's hard.
Then you got wide receivers. We got AJ Brown. He went 6 for 9, 116 yards. 1 touchdown. That got him 23.6 points. Coming alive a little midseason for A.J. Brown, who we got. Running backs, like Dre was saying earlier, Sean Tucker, 14 carries, 133 yards, a touchdown, and then he also did it in the air for 3 receptions, 56 yards and a touchdown. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, that got him 34 points. He's a rookie, Dre? That's what we were saying?
Yeah. They say that, yep.
Yeah, like you said, we'll see if he can keep making the board.
That was his. I must say that was his first touchdown today too. I believe so.
Hopefully, we can see good things from him in the future. Like y'all said, Caleb. Williams.
Bucky Irvin's still nice, but I mean he's filling the void for us.
Right.
Like we said, Caleb Williams, he did his thing for the quarterbacks. 23 for 29, 226 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 28.64 points. Don't get excited. It was the Jaguars.
I'm about to say they starting to cook though. Like I mean,
we
start seeing the consistency week after week. You're like, okay,
the Dolphins beat the Jaguars. And we know how their season's going.
That is true.
That is true. They're looking, man.
Give me a good team that the Bears have beat, and I'll have faith in Caleb.
The Rams? They're not really good, but
no Cooper. No Puka.
Yeah, you're right.
Overall, Dre thought I skipped over him, but we're gonna go Chris Godwin, 11 for 13, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. Got him 35.5 points.
It was.
So yeah, he had a monster game. And I think that just goes back to what I was saying, that our defense was just out there too long, and they got fatigued in the last half, dude, and they just falling apart. You guys started putting points up on us, but did our thing for the first half. It was just too many turnovers, too many stupid things, and you guys definitely capitalized.
But it was that second half shutout too, though. It was like I don't know where y'all offense had started just either messing up or just wasn't
Not
getting no
adjusting.
product. Yeah,
Right.
not making the right adjustments.
Well, you don't have
keep it
Olave. You got a
productive.
new quarterback. You got a couple injuries on the O line.
Yep.
But you guys definitely took advantage of it.
Those are both two solid teams.
Yeah.
Bucks is a real solid team. Last week it was going back and forth. Luckily, we had a few plays go our way, but as far as like the Bucks, they have a high-powered offense.
For sure.
They can score points, and then all year they've beaten some good teams.
Just got to be able to stop some people, but we was more stressed out just given the Hurricane Milton was
crazy
on their butt last week. They had to get over to New Orleans.
Shout out to all the people down there
as soon as possible.
Right, going through it.
They ain't even had no gas, man. They was like, you pull up to the gas station, you might be on E. You might not even be able to make it back to the house because they ain't got no gas down there.
They ain't got no gas.
That's crazy.
That's all bad, but
horrible.
Okay, yeah, right on that fantasy report, Corey. Appreciate that, Dre. You want to go into the injury report?
Yep. Going to the injury report. So the biggest one for the day would probably be the Aiden Hutchinson. He had a broken tibia. Was ruled out for the rest of the game. They said he went ahead and went into emergency surgery right now, so he can start the recovery process.
Speedy recovery for him.
Oh man,
what about the ball boy? What about the ball boy? Did y'all see that?
I must have missed that. I was freaking out.
The ball boy broke his neck.
Did you see that, Dave?
No, I didn't see it. Is that what happened? He ran into the ball guy.
It was the Titans and Colts game, but this I don't remember whose side he was on, but he looked like he was about 40, 50. He was all silver hair.
Oh,
got his legs taken out. He grabbed his knee, dude, and then they panned back to him. They had 30 guys on him. He was on a stretcher. They were freaking about to wheel him off.
It's always like the old man, bro. It's always like the old man who gets like knocked out.
Oh, and of course it was Levis that took him out. So dang, I gotta watch that.
You looked it up.
Prototype.
Wow,
prototype.
Bro, he probably told him rub some mayo on it.
Dude,
man,
I can see
I want no fucking mayo.
He probably tore his ACL, tore his MCL, or something like that.
Yeah, that's all bad.
Yeah, let me finish it. But yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr., though, he was ruled out today with a concussion as well. The cornerback, Sean Murphy-Bunting, was also ruled out with a neck injury. So need them to come back. They're pretty crucial to the team or whatever. The Dallas Cowboys, they still have Micah Parsons out and they have DeMarcus Lawrence out. So that's pretty detrimental as well to that defense. As you saw, they couldn't stop anybody today. Khalil Shakir, he was listed questionable with the ankle injury for the Monday game against the Jets. A couple other ones, we saw that Jerome Ford, I believe he was ruled out. He had an injury. So hopefully, it's
Browns?
not. Yeah, Browns. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that's not none too detrimental. I haven't heard anything as far as like the injury update, but I do know he couldn't return to the game. But they did say Nick Chubb, I believe, is supposed to return week 7. So next week, that knee injury last year was pretty gruesome, but I think he has made a full recovery. Pat Surtain, though, he suffered a concussion Sunday against the Chargers, so hopefully he is able to come back soon. I don't know what that recovery process is going to be like for him. Carlton Davison, he was evaluated with a concussion as well. Sunday's game against the Cowboys. So a lot of concussions across the board. We really need to look into it to see if they need to start wearing those Guardian caps. I seen a guy on the Bucks earlier had one. He was but it's just a little foam cap that they got to put on top.
Them Guardians, man. Them Guardians might
pillowcase. That's what it looks like.
Man,
that's all. Yeah, that's literally all it looks like.
Take a little bit of the impact.
But I do. That's too funny. Nico Collins hamstring. Hopefully he's on IR, so he's going to be out for the next 4 weeks. But they need to get him back. It seems like last year they had to battle with having Tank Dell out and stuff, and now they got to battle with that.
Nico, they need them both.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, need them both. I believe Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he should be coming back here soon. I know he was out with the PTSD incident or something to where he had an altercation that was during the off season, but hopefully he should be coming back here soon. And the Rashee Rice required 4 months to make a full recovery. So he underwent surgery on Tuesday to
actually Mahomes took him out.
Helmet to knee.
Dang.
Honestly, the people probably were saying that's karma for
for that hit and run.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if the judge ain't, because I guess they're backed up right now, so they can't handle as far as like the legal situation. So that might have been backed up. I wouldn't wish an injury.
Mahomes act like he don't know how to tackle.
Yeah, that's true. He was just trying to go at him like that.
You ain't never had a tackling drill. You throw an intercept. Like we had that. What?
Yeah.
We had
I don't
bubble
know what
drills.
that
We had
was.
tackle drills for the
They
quarterback.
probably
You
don't
throw an
be having it.
interception.
I mean,
What do you do?
he's played football before. He knows
But
That's what I'm
exactly.
saying.
he has to
Like,
he has to protect his arm, so he throws the ball for a living.
he threw his
He's not
shoulder
trying to
into him.
exactly. I mean, he's not trying to
What do you mean?
he's not trying to wrap up though. Like
I would have rather you wrapped up than throw your shoulder
Man,
into him.
for
Shoulder
real.
first. He
That
just
is
went,
true.
He should have. Some people just be flying at him. They'll just fall in front of him.
and then
Joey
he didn't even
Bosa,
look
he's
at him.
still
He
out with
turned
the
his
hip.
head. He did it blind.
Man, he tried to hit him.
Boom.
He's, oh,
Stick
shit.
him.
He's like, somebody's over there. Boom. He's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that's my knee. But yeah, Joey Bosa, he's still out with the hip injury, but they didn't really need him. They still were able to take care of the Broncos. So like I believe a 1 touchdown deficit or whatever. But hopefully Tua Tagovailoa be coming back, I believe, here shortly as well for Miami. They haven't been looking that well. Kevin O'Connell said that Aaron Jones should be week-to-week basis, should be able to come back as well. That's pretty much it for the notable ones.
Okay. Nice.
Hold on. Olave looks like he had a concussion as well during that game, and then Tyrann Mathieu had a little injury to his forearm. So those are pretty much it.
Right on.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do the recap of week 6. It was actually a good week. I think there was some decent games. So kicking off on Thursday, you had San Francisco 49ers facing the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. You had the insurance agent, Brock Purdy, that boy looked like he's selling insurance, versus Caesar from Planet of the Apes, Geno Smith.
For real, dude. No. Oh my god.
But San Fran won 36-24. Brock Purdy was 18 for 28, 255 yards, 3 touchdowns. The leading rusher for San Fran was Isaac Guerrero. I don't know if I'm saying that, but he had 10 carries, 99 yards. Receiving was Deebo Samuel, 3 receptions, 102 yards, and a touchdown. And the losing effort, Geno had, he was 30 for 52, 312 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Kenneth Walker had 14 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown. And Tyler Lockett had 4 receptions, 65 yards, and a touchdown. This was a good win for the 49ers. What you guys think of the game?
Pretty good game, I would say. Seahawks got off to a slow start. I think if they were able to start a little bit quicker, they could have had the point of the score would have been a little bit closer towards the end of the game. But it is what it is. They did had a couple miscues. I think one fumble. I want to say they dropped. It was like one fumble. I think it was Lockett or somebody. I can't remember.
Yeah, who was it? Dang, I know. Yeah, I forgot who it was.
But that was like an
Lockett.
unfortunate event.
It was either Lockett or. Dang, it wasn't Njigba, was it? I forgot who it was. It might have been
Njigba. It was
might have been
one of them.
Njigba.
Yeah.
It was just one of them to where, he was.
It was like, damn, it just
they
hurts.
was moving.
Wrong time.
Yeah,
wrong time.
they were moving.
Corey?
Might have been a Jigba. But yeah, I thought it was a good game.
Did
you guys see what was going on with DK Metcalf? Why was he so mad? Y'all
he
see
was
that?
frustrated.
Man, I don't know if he wasn't getting the ball. If he
there was that clip that kept originating on. I've been seeing it all over Facebook and stuff.
I think they said because he was. Was it because he was getting underthrown or something? I can't remember, but he was frustrated.
Yeah, he probably wasn't getting the ball, and he wanted.
I don't know why they don't. He should be your number one He's a phenom, dude. You should be getting him, trying to get him the ball no matter what.
Exactly.
That's your guy.
Damn near should be handing the ball off to him.
And they don't really treat him like that. I don't know why.
That's like Megatron Jr. basically.
Bro, but like he should be in every play, like something. You should be put him in the backfield.
He's not treated like other number one wide receivers are treated. Exactly. I feel like he's treated as a 1A or like he's sharing it with
like a backup option.
This is not Juju Smith-Schuster we're talking
about.
Man,
I'm telling you, that's why he lose. That's why you lose.
He's still in his prime, dude. You should be giving him the ball. That's your. But yeah, I thought it was a decent game. 49ers, I think they're still not looking great to me. I really don't think.
There's still some cracks in the armor.
They look good, but they're just not what they were
missing.
Last year.
You know who they missing? They missing CMC.
Yeah.
They need CMC, man. That's their whole offense. But that's their whole offense. I was trying to see the record. So 49ers moved to 3-3, and then Seahawks are 3-3. So that's gonna be a tight division. So we're gonna move on to that London game. It was early. Did y'all get up for the London game?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
As much as I like to watch the Bears and the Jaguars.
So a bear and a jaguar got in a fight in London, and the bear won. So you had the Chi-Town Drake versus the Avatar Trevor Lawrence, Chi-Town Drake, Caleb Williams, man, they keep winning, man. He was
the manicure before he went over there.
Man, got the manicure, got the beauty face cure. So
facial.
So Caleb Williams, he was 23 for 29, 226 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. DeAndre Swift had 17 carries, 91 yards, 1 touchdown. And we talked about him. Cole Kemet had 5 receptions, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then in a losing effort, Trevor Lawrence, 23 for 35, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. They had, Dearness Johnson, 6 carries, 28 yards, and then Evan Ingram receiving had 10. He had 10 receptions, 102 yards, but Jaguars are 1-5. Bears are 4-2 now. Jaguars are going to stay in London. They're going to face the Patriots next week. But what do you guys think of the Bears? Is it smoke and mirrors, or they winning some games right now? I know they ain't really faced nobody, but what y'all thinking?
I think it's smoke and mirrors. I don't.
You think it's smoke and mirrors?
Yeah, I think they're just on a high right now.
They beat the Panthers last week. They beat the beat up Rams the week before that. They beat a Colts team that isn't as put together as we thought they would be. And they lost to the Texans, and then you got the Titans, which Will Levis is Will Levis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't say
really
it. They got the Commanders next week. We'll see.
Caleb's having a kind of good game.
They might have problems with the Patriots. They're gonna lose.
Their schedule's pretty smooth.
Backloaded. Start looking at their
That's the thing, though. It's like they start off with the easy, but when you start seeing some of these, you get these consecutive hard games. Let's see how they respond to that, or let's see how they have any games that they play on Monday or anything where
they got a stretch where they got the Packers, Vikings, Detroit, 49ers, Vikings again, Detroit again.
That's gonna be that's what we go.
That's a gauntlet right there, dude.
Let's return to the conversation after that.
I don't see them winning any of those games, to be honest. And then they got Seattle. Then they got
Keenan Allen's back.
They trying to make something happen. Now, I still think I think best they go 500. What would be like? That would be like what? I guess they can go like 8-9 or something like that. I think that's decent for them.
The divisions too. They're not winning the division out. The Vikings are on fire.
Right.
Green Bay is on fire too, slowly behind.
And then you also got Detroit in there too.
Yeah.
Once they start facing, I don't think they really do much. But we'll go ahead and move on to the NFC matchup game between your two teams. Tampa beats the Buck out of the Saints. So you had Frat Boy Baker versus Spencer Ratface. But honestly, they played pretty good. It was they played pretty good. I was actually surprised with Spencer Rattler. They played a very good game. Here's some stats. Baker Mayfield went 24 for 36, 325 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but still got the win. And then we talked about him, Sean Tucker, 14 carries, 136 yards, and a touchdown. And then Chris Godwin, man, he was doing his thing, 11 receptions, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns.
We needed that.
Spencer Rattler was trying to do his things, 22 for 40, 243 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, unfortunately. Kamara, 13 carries, 40 yards, 1 touchdown. And then you had Foster,
Moreau,
2 receptions, 54 yards. So it was going back and forth. There was a lot of good plays between both teams.
Taysom Hill was out, so I think
they're kind of Saints are facing a lot of injuries and a lot of key pieces. So is Bucks too as well. But it was a good game. It was an exciting game.
Like I said, it was going to be a chirpy one ever since they got into that fight back when Tom was on the team, and then Mike Evans pushed over Marshawn Lattimore.
Man,
every time we play, it's just going to be one of those games. And honestly, for a while there, when Baker threw those back-to-back interceptions, I was a little nervous. I'm like, okay, how are we going to respond? I was thinking you guys were going to be able to come back and maybe even go up 2 touchdowns just off of those key mistakes that we made. But like I said, it was one of those games to where it just kept you on your toes. And
yeah, it was.
In the second half, you guys were still looking pretty explosive, even though you weren't able to put any points up on the board.
I think that was with play call. I don't know why we think it's a good idea to run the ball. They said it during the game. We run the ball on 3rd down more than any other team, and we rarely got it. I didn't see Alvin Kamara convert a 3rd down.
Yeah, I must say Kamara. I don't know if he had something on his mind today, but he didn't look too explosive.
I don't know what he was doing, dude, but it wasn't working. So why are you
running
zone
plays? Yeah, you're running straight zone plays. Vita Vea's adjusting everything. It's okay. Run a stretch.
And he's not even reading it right. He's not even going to the hole. So I think a lot of it was play call. You got a new offensive coordinator that's still trying to learn the ropes. Now you got a new quarterback that's still trying to learn the ropes. You got some key injuries, and Olave went out first drive of the game. You got Taysom Hill that's not out there at all. There's a lot of things that weren't in our favor this game. and the score showed it. But like you said, we were competitive for a while. We just couldn't. Our defense just couldn't hang on to the mistakes that our offense was making. They couldn't keep us in.
We can't forget about that freaking punt return for a touchback. What's his name? I'm freaking
Rashid Shaheed.
I knew I was gonna botch it. So
Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah.
But no, that was good. But Bucks move on to 4-2 in the division. Saints will drop to 2-4 in the division. It's gonna be pretty tight, man. They're gonna face each other again. We're gonna see all each other again. So it's pretty tight race, especially in our division. So let's move on to the game of the week. We'll go to the Ravens versus Commanders. See, this is the upperclassmen schools, the freshmen. So you had Samuel L. Lamar Jackson going against YSL Jaden Daniels. That's the youngin right there. It was 30-23. It was a good game. Ravens win. So Jaden Daniels was 24 for 35, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also, Zach Ertz receiving wise, he had 4 receptions, 68 yards. But Lamar Jackson was 20 for 26, 323 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Derrick Henry, come on, man. That's a grown-ass man. Come on, man.
Grown man.
24 carries, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just give the man the ball.
It's fucking like Donkey Kong running down the field.
Not even fair. And then Zay Flowers actually had a good game, 9 receptions, 132 yards. This was a good matchup. I think I was looking out for this matchup to see where is Jaden and the Commanders at against some real good competition. They've beaten some good teams, but you see Ravens, they both are, but you see Ravens catching their stride, and then Commanders, they're still going to be competitive either way, but I think this was their first true test of the season.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it didn't look bad.
They're literally about just one piece away from just running away with the NFC. Like, seriously, they've looked competitive. The defense held the Ravens on that whole first quarter, even a little bit into the second quarter. They just looking strong as a team. Honestly, that Philly hasn't been looking strong. Dallas sure as hell's not looking strong with all the injuries. So that NFC East should be theirs, as far as I know. But
not a bad game.
So we'll get into the next one. So pack your ish and leave. So you had the Green Bay Packers versus the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals. You had the baby Kyler Murray versus Jordan Johnny Love. So the Packers win this one 34-13. Cardinals was trying. He had 22 for 32, 214 yards, 1 touchdown. They also had Trey Benson, running back, 5 carries, 26 yards. Really couldn't get it going.
Rookie.
And then Trey McBride, he's consistent, 8 receptions, 96 yards. Jordan Love was 22 for 32, 258 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Josh Jacobs, 18 carries, 62 yards. And then you had Christian Watson, receiver, 3 receptions, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Green Bay, hey, they're still striving. They're still moving. I think you definitely see the Packers could be a contender, especially last year. They beat Dallas at home and was beating some good teams in that playoff. So I think they're using that momentum off of last year and into this season.
That's what I was going to say here too. I was about to say, would you rather have just one receiver like CeeDee Lamb, or do you have Jaden Reed, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watt?
I'd rather have that.
Let me just get 3 guys.
Romeo Doubs went crazy too. What did Romeo Doubs do? Hold on, let me see.
He had 2 touchdowns.
Spread it out.
I think Reed had a touchdown. Watson might have had a touchdown. That might have been the 4 there.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Jordan Reed had a touchdown. Dobbs had 2 touchdowns.
It makes it way more difficult for defensive coordinators as well when they're coming in trying to scheme
up. They shut down
the
CD.
Just shut him down.
That was
him down.
Point. And that was it. And he was getting frustrated.
They can't run the ball. They only got 2 yards every rush.
And they got Josh Jacobs.
They got a good offense, Matt LaFleur, and looks like they got the quarterback, got the weapon. So Cardinals dropped to 2-4. Packers moving to 4-2. But that was a good game.
It was.
So we'll move on. So we'll go to the Titans and Colts. Titan got drunk off a Colt 45. So you had AARP Flacco versus the prototype Will Levis. The Colts win this AFC South matchup 20-17. It was a cool little game.
It was all right.
Colts are now 3-3. Titans are 1-4. Joe Flacco was 22 for 38, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. They had Tyler Goodson, 8 carries, 51 yards. And then also receiving Josh Downs for the Colts, 7 receptions, 66 yards and a touchdown. Titans, Will Levis, quarterback, was 16 for 27, 95 yards. Didn't even get 100 yards passing. 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Bro, put the Mayo down.
Put the Mayo down. Tony Pollard, 17 carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown. And then you forget about DeAndre Hopkins, and they got Calvin Ridley, but not a lot of production.
Yeah,
4 receptions and
Pollard.
54 yards. You got dogs on your team. They can't get him. He can't get him the ball. He's throwing up these airy throws. I remember he threw one up, and it was just literally like, bro, what are you doing?
What is this?
You just throwing up for gives now? Come on now. They're gonna have their struggles, and they're trying to get the run game going, but it's tough, man.
It's time to put Mason Rudolph in. If Mason Rudolph took the Pittsburgh Steelers into the playoff game, well, he didn't take them there, but he played through that playoff game.
I think Bryce.
he has the IQ to play right now, and if it's broken, try to fix it. Like
right.
Week after week doing the same stuff is not helping, and it's okay. Next week we'll just try Rudolph. If he stinks, we'll put Levis back in the following week. It's not that hard. Fans, they want to see. Yeah, I mean,
I think he could. Like you said, you got weapons. I've seen Bryce move. I've seen good throws from him. They got a better line in Carolina.
And he might just have a different scenario, different face. And I think as far as franchise go, I'd rather be with the Titans organization than Carolina.
You got a proven running back. You got veteran receivers.
Yeah,
that's what he needs. So yeah. Good game.
Okay.
Imagine if Sam Darnold was on the Titans. Would they be? I don't know if they'd be 5-0, but they'd definitely be a better position than where they are right now.
Sam Darnold's looking. He's at where he's at now.
He don't need
for the Vikings.
You sit your ass in. Be quiet.
Yeah.
No, he's good. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I know. If
they had him on the Titans instead of Will Levis,
right?
They'd be definitely have more productivity. But
okay, so we go on to the Texans versus Pats. I'm texting your girl from Boston. You had Madam C.J. Walker, C.J. Stroud versus Drake May from Drake and Josh. Houston, you do look like the dude from Drake and Josh. So you had Houston, they dominate 5-1 now. Patriots is 1-5. The Patriots tried to give the start to Drake May. Houston beat them 41-21. Real quick stat: C.J. Stroud 20 for 31, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Joe Mixon 13 carries, 102 yards, touchdown. Stephon Diggs 6 receptions, 77 yards, and a touchdown. Drake May in his first official start was 20 for 33, 243 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. They really couldn't get the run game going. They had receiver Demario Douglas. He had 6 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Pats is going to be really struggling. They're trying to figure out the quarterback situation. It's going to be tough for them, especially Gerard Mayo there in his first year. But you're going against a young, hungry team like the Texans. It's going to be tough for anybody.
For sure. That defense was fierce. I saw Will Anderson Jr. was putting pressure on him the whole game. It is what it is.
It is. For real is. Okay, so we got Browns versus Eagles. The Eagles fly like an eagle. Jalen, my leg hurts. Versus I need a massage, Deshaun Watson in this matchup. Eagles beat the Browns. Eagles beat the Browns 20-16. Browns dropped to 1-5. Eagles moved to 3-2. Deshaun Watson. Man, he needed something, man. He was 16 for 23, 168 yards. Rushing, he had Pierre Strong Jr., 8 carries, 43 yards. Amari Cooper, 4 receptions, 42 yards. So the offense couldn't really do much, obviously, because of the score. You see Jalen Hurts, 16 for 25, 264 yards and 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley with a lackluster performance, 18 carries, 47 yards. But A.J. Brown was the leader, and Devontae Smith. But A.J. Brown had 6 receptions, 116 yards, and a touchdown.
I'm saying Watson was sacked 5 times, Hurts only once. So where's Myles Garrett at? He's supposed to be Mr. Man of the Year.
What, he blocked an extra point or?
I saw that.
I saw he hurdled over one lineman and literally got a clear path and palmed it.
Damn,
dude's a freak of nature. The fact that he's that size, paused, and can dunk a basketball.
I was going to say his basketball skills
athleticism is crazy.
It is.
I saw a stat,
but he should have definitely had a sack though.
No, yeah. And you doing all that, you dunking this, but you can't get no sack. But I guess he gets a lot of attention too. You try to just double team, triple team him,
taking advantage away.
Him up.
But I saw a stat that Deshaun Watson has more, since he's been a Cleveland Brown, he's got more cases than touchdowns.
Damn, dude.
That's true though.
That is
funny. He's got like 23 cases and 19 touchdowns or something like that.
Wait, how many touchdowns he got? 8? I gotta see how many touchdowns he has during the season, but he's not the amount of money they paid him, and we keep saying it like, oh my God, like
it hurt.
It's tough. This might have been a worse decision than picking Johnny Manziel.
They think Jalen Milroe
it doesn't pan out for him.
He has 5 touchdowns.
That's crazy. With 23 cases.
5 touchdowns. Some of these quarterbacks are getting 5 touchdowns a game.
That's crazy. Like you already see, like you getting 4 touchdowns.
Come on, man.
Come on now. Okay, we'll go to the some of the afternoon.
Some chocolate milk. That's what he needs.
Chocolate milk, man. We'll go to some of these afternoon games. Steelers versus Raiders. A Steeler raided Vegas and took all his pride. He had Justin Fields some type of way versus Aiden and O'Connell. Steelers win 32-13. Justin Fields, man, 14 for 24, 45 yards. Najee Harris finally got something going. 14 carries, 106 yards and a touchdown. George Pickens, 3 receptions, 53 yards. Aiden O'Connell for the Raiders, 27 for 40. 227 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. You also had Alexander Madison, 14 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. And Brock Bowers tied in, 9 receptions, 71 yards. Raiders are still struggling. They're 2-4, but Steelers are still finding their stride, and they're sitting at 4-2. They doing their thing. That was not bad. Steelers always play physical football. Raiders are just trying to find something. They're trying to find something, so we'll see, but it doesn't really look too good for them. I hope AP, Antonio Pierce, he might not finish out the season, but we'll see. Hopefully they let him. But
yeah, for real.
We'll see. He's not Devontae. He didn't expect Devontae Adams not to be there, so
to shake on him that quick.
Right, and they need a quarterback, so that's tough for him. So moving on. So the Chargers versus Broncos. A lightning bolt strikes a Bronco and kills it. Jay Herbo versus No Bo Nix. Chargers win 23-16. Chargers are 3-2. Broncos are 3-3. As far as Justin Herbert was 21 for 34, 237 yards, 1 touchdown. J.K. Dobbins 25 carries, 96 yards, 1 touchdown. Receiving Simi Fehoko, 2 receptions, 4 yards for the Chargers. Excuse me. Then Bo Nix, 19 for 33, 216 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And then receiving wise, they had Devon Veal, 4 receptions, 78 yards. But that was an even matchup. Good win for the Chargers coming off a bye week. And then a little scare for Harbaugh. Harbaugh, I meant to say.
What he had, like a little palpitations, they said, or something on the sideline. Really?
Coaching's tough, man. Coaching's tough. Like the stress you put on your body, the non-sleep. You see what it's done to Urban Meyer.
And just being in Mile High, you already don't have that much oxygen up there.
Man, and your job is constantly on the line. Your job is literally based off other people performing.
He's done pretty good, though.
He's actually done real well.
Really? Yeah. I think he's brought them back from the dead.
With what they're I'm going to say with what they're working with.
And, you're still winning games, and they're beating
Mike
solid
Williams
squads.
Gone, Keenan Allen gone.
Right.
Eckler's gone, and he's still doing it.
First year back into the NFL, you're still trying to get a groove, but he's producing and they're still getting wins. And then, right here, man. So a lion attacks a cowboy. Jared around the golf versus Did I Do Dak Prescott. Man, this was embarrassing. Lions win 47-9. They whooped them Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? That was all bad. Lions are 4-1. Cowboys are now 3-3. Jared Goff, 18 for 25, 315 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's playing well. David Montgomery, 12 carries, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Then you also have Jameson Williams, 3 receptions, 76 yards, 1 touchdown. And then Dak Prescott. St. Louis. Dak Prescott for the Cowboys, 17 for 33, 178 yards, 2 interceptions. Then you had Rico Dowdle. 5 carries, 25 yards, and then CeeDee Lamb had 7 receptions, 89 yards, but it was tough. It was real tough for him. They couldn't get nothing on. Nothing.
I think a lot of their problems this year have been made by the front office.
Yeah.
I think Jerry Jones had every opportunity to go get players, to sign players, to do what they should have did that every other team did, and then now they're paying for it. Now nobody's playing the way they thought they'd be playing. They don't have the squad they thought they'd have.
All in was. I think when he said he was all in on what he had, though. He went all in on trying to put a super team together. LeBron in Miami,
right.
LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh. But he's just trying to tell people we all in on what we got right now.
Well, however you word your plan, it's a terrible plan. Because it ain't going right. It ain't going right.
Grab the plan. Okay, whatever you wrote down.
can
Get
say it
that
however
shit.
you want to say it, Jerry. It ain't
Shred
working.
that shit and break a new plan.
Let's come up with a new plan, please.
Y'all should have just went standard, just like everybody else
But
did.
that's terrible. But good win for the Lions. And then the last but not least, we had the battle of whose knees ache worse. You had Kirko Chains versus the Red Rocket, two veteran quarterbacks. Falcons versus the Panthers. Falcons win 38-20. Falcons move to 4-2. Panthers are struggling. They are 1-5. Kirko Chains was 19 for 30, 225 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Algilaire, 18 carries, 105 yards. Then you had Drake London, 6 receptions, 74 yards and a touchdown. I think also Bijan Robinson had 100 yards and a touchdown too as well. And then the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, 26 for 38, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, but unfortunately those 2 interceptions. Chuba Hubbard was running the ball, 18 carries, 92 yards. And then you had Deontay Johnson, man. He had a pretty decent game, 6 receptions, 78 yards, and 1 touchdown.
I know. I saw that he looked alive. I'm like, he didn't even look that alive when he was on the Steelers, so that was pretty exciting.
Alive. So yeah, it was good to see that.
First time.
This is good for the Falcons. Good win for the Falcons. It's a tough division. They were doing some good things. Panthers I think they're just their organization as far as just they're figuring out the quarterback. They don't really have a lot of pieces.
I got more hope in them than I do the Jags for some reason, though. I don't know why.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Just because you see they can win, it just depends on how Andy Dalton's feeling, and they got the ball moving, but I think they just need a little bit more. They're just missing a few pieces.
They just need more stable.
Sure.
Stable situation.
Yeah. So we'll go into week 7. We'll go ahead and do our picks real quick. The Thursday night game, you got Broncos in New Orleans versus the Saints. Who you got?
Saints.
You got Saints, CC?
I got Saints.
You got Saints, Dre. I'll go Saints as well, especially in New Orleans. Okay. We'll do then we got in the London game, 8:30, early game in London, Patriots versus Jags. Who you got, Dre?
Oh, that's gonna be.
I'm gonna take Patriots.
Yeah.
Even the Jaguars won't be coming back home. They're staying over there the whole week, but I still got Patriots.
Okay. What about you, CC?
Yeah.
You going Patriots?
Pass.
I'm gonna go Jags because they ain't got to travel. I'm gonna say they ain't got to travel.
They got to eat tea and crumpets all week.
They got to at least do something. They got to make something happen. So now this is gonna be the next matchup. This is gonna be a good one. You got Lions at Vikings. This is gonna be good. Good matchup there. North divisional matchup. Who you got, CC?
Lions.
Lions at
Lions.
Vikings.
Yep.
You got Lions.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Vikings just because they just lost Hutch. Hopefully he can get a speedy recovery though.
Oh, now this is tough. Honestly, this is real tough. This is because I like Detroit. I like their swagger, but Vikings at home, coming off a bye week 2, well rested. I might have to go Vikings on this one. I'm gonna see, but I will not be surprised if the Lions can, especially
hold
out there,
down.
hold it down. Especially the performance they had. I hope it's a shootout. I hope it's a great game, but I'll go Vikings.
Like 40,
man, 40, 42, 40. You know what I'm saying? Like 45, 42. Like
be crazy
back and forth. But that's gonna be a good matchup. Watch out for that one. That might be a game of the week. Okay, then you got Titans at Bills. Go ahead, CC. Titans at Bills.
Bills. It should be.
I got Bills.
I would hope.
I'm gonna say I got Bills as well. I don't see nothing from the Titans. Even if Josh Allen has a concussion, I don't even see them.
Even if
them.
Will Levis put extra mayo on his shit.
Even if he has a bunch of mayo, nasty. I ain't going. Okay, next matchup: Dolphins in Indianapolis versus the Colts. Who you got, Dre?
I'm gonna take the Colts. Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco,
that's what I wrote
CC.
down too. The Colts. I think Flacco's gonna come alive.
I got Colts as well. Flacco, especially on the road, they're comfortable at home. I'm gonna go Colts for sure. This is gonna be a good one. This is actually gonna be a real good one. So you got Seahawks in Atlanta versus my Falcons. Who you got? CC?
I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna go.
This is
Seahawks.
actually gonna be a good one.
I think what you were saying, that those mistakes are going to catch up to you, I think that's this week. I think if you guys make those same mistakes, you're not going to be able to pull away from the Seahawks.
Man.
That's true.
Who you got, Dre?
I'm going to still take the Falcons, man. Just after that game that y'all had against us, I have faith in the Falcons to get it done.
I got to ride with the Falcons now. I'm not going to do reverse psychology no more. But, yeah, I think the Falcons can definitely win this one. Now, it's going to be tough, especially Seahawks coming off of a loss, but I think we play pretty comfortable at home, so hopefully we can get that dub. But that's going to be a good matchup right there. This is also, next game, another one to watch out for. And we were just talking about them early in the show. Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud versus the Packers and Jordan Love. Who you got, CC?
That should
You
have
got
been a
Texans
Sunday
at
night game.
man. Texans
Texans.
at
What the hell?
Packers. It's
That
in
is
Green
missing.
Bay. You got Texans.
Face the league.
Yeah,
Proud,
this
baby.
is for real. What about you, Dre?
I think I'm gonna go with the Packers. I think they can get it done.
Woo!
Sorry, you just 4
Woo!
touchdowns
This is a good one.
passing.
CJ Stroud just does
This
it.
is a good one.
Yeah,
And especially Joe Mixon, he was running the ball hard
Mhm.
today.
He just gets.
I'm gonna go Packers. I think Houston finally gets a hiccup. I think Packers won because they're gonna be at home, and
defensively, Houston has to play like the best game to win this.
I think they will with D'Amico Ryan with that scheme. But I think Packers being at home and like the amount of just like you said, the different weapons they got, it's hard to scheme for. But I love this matchup. I'm gonna go Packers on that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. We got Bengals at Browns. Go ahead, CC. Who you got?
Bengals.
What about you, Dre?
I'm gonna take Bengals as well.
I'm gonna go Bengals too as well. Don't really need to harp on that one too much. Then you got Eagles at Giants. Dre, who you got? Eagles versus Giants
I'm
in
gonna
New
take
York.
Eagles on that.
What about you, CC?
Ooh, I said different. I'm gonna go Giants.
Ooh, okay.
The Giants.
I'm gonna go. I'll go Eagles. I think just overall they can mess around. It's gonna be a close game. I feel like, but I'll go Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts and them can pull it out. Okay, so then we got Raiders versus Rams. Raiders in Los Angeles. CC, who you got? Raiders versus Rams.
Rams.
Okay.
Rams.
I got Raiders.
Dre got Raiders.
They're gonna
Corey
be
got
fighting in the
Rams.
stands.
Right.
The Raiders fans.
This is actually a good West Coast matchup. Yeah, Rams coming off a bye. Vegas need some wins, but they look lost.
They look lethargic.
Yeah, they look lost. I'll go Rams because I just feel like Rams will come a little bit better prepared. Home game for them. So I got Rams on that one. So moving on, Panthers and Commanders. Panthers versus Commanders in Washington. CC, who you got?
Washington.
Dre.
I'm gonna take Commanders as well.
Don't really gotta talk about this one too much. I got Commanders. The way Jay Daniels is playing, even though they just lost to a real good Ravens team, they were in that game. I don't really see nothing Panthers can do to really hold them, but you never know. But I'm gonna go Commanders. Super Bowl rematch. You got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Damn, that should have been a Sunday night game. What are they doing?
Who you got, Dre?
Hold on, I gotta just stop and talk about what's going on with the scheduling right now, dude.
Right, right.
3 o'clock. They could have had that mug.
Bruh, they got Jets Steelers as that Sunday night game.
I'm saying, like, what is going
Boy,
on?
if you don't put that Super Bowl rematch, I thought usually that was like the no-brainer. Like, you put the Super Bowl rematch at the night game, like at least on Sunday night or Monday night.
Then you got 2 games on Monday. Just stressing everything out for no reason.
But yeah, they trying to get all it because they got so many different Peacock, Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
you know who Netflix.
Yeah, they got to put on the
stretching
network.
out.
Yeah.
That's on the whoever
Right,
bought them
like-
out. Whoever bought
they
the
just
game.
selling the product out like it's I shouldn't even
Blue
say it,
Magic.
but yeah,
Like Steph Curry.
it's selling it like it's on the street. Like,
Right, I'm telling you. But who you got? Chiefs versus 49ers in San Francisco. Go ahead, Jay.
Niners.
Who you got?
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Okay, Chiefs.
Niners.
Corey, you said Niners.
Yep.
Ooh, this is gonna be tough. I mean, I like rooting against the Chiefs because I just really want to see if they're gonna lose. Man, if CMC was playing,
You probably
I
run
would
the ball
say
down
the
their throat.
49. Yeah, I would say 49ers. I can see 49ers winning, but I'm gonna have to go Chiefs. I'm gonna have to go Chiefs on this one, getting the away win. But I'll definitely be rooting against them. But I'm gonna say Chiefs actually win this one. And then the Sunday night game, you got Jets versus Steelers. It's in Pittsburgh. Who you got? CC. Jets for Steelers.
Yeah, or no, Steelers. Shoot, Steelers for sure.
Steelers.
I got Steelers as well.
I'm gonna go Steelers as well. I think Jets offense is struggling. Who's the head coach? Who's the offensive coordinator? They're in shambles right now.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna
they
go
are.
Steelers right now. Then you got Monday night, 2 Monday night games. First one, Ravens in Tampa, Ravens versus Bucks. Dre, who you got?
Got Bucks. I know it's gonna be a hard one, but I think we can potentially hang with them.
CC, who you got?
No, we gonna hang with them.
It's gonna be the Ravens. You could say all your little prayers, but
Oh snap! Yeah, man.
Right.
I think it's actually gonna be a high scoring game.
Dude, it's gonna be a good one. I'm telling you,
And
CC.
because I do not count out the Bucks because that offense is very high powered.
Nah, I want to heat it up.
I'm gonna go Ravens. The fact of just Henry and I think Lamar and likely, and I think that offense is finding their groove.
Sean
Now-
Tucker is gonna run the ball harder
Now,
than Derrick.
if now the secondary is a little bit questionable for the Ravens, so if Baker and them can get it going, they can get it going, especially in Tampa. It's a home game. He's gonna feel comfortable, but
After Hurricane Milton,
man, I'm gonna go Ravens. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens, but I think that's gonna be a good game. And then after that, you got Chargers. Well, same night, Chargers versus Cardinals. Chargers at Arizona. CC, who you got? Chargers versus Cardinals.
Chargers.
I got Chargers too, based off what I've seen today. I think Marvin Harrison might be out this week, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's crushing.
Mhm.
You can't. What can
Oh,
you?
and they do have their offensive guard too. I think his name is Will Hernandez. I might be saying that wrong, but he's out for the season too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna agree with y'all for sure. Chargers, especially what I saw today, like you said, and I think even with the pieces missing, they're better off than the Cardinals are. But
I say
Kyler
Bosa
Murray-
is not even going to be there probably
But Cardinals is gonna fight, but it's gonna be tough for them. I'm gonna have to go Chargers in agreement with y'all.
for sure.
Okay, to wrap up the show, we're gonna do our best, bust, and busters of the week. Do you have a best, bust, and buster? We'll do best first. Go ahead. Who's the best?
Best. I don't want to give it to him. I don't want to give it. We're just gonna go. We're gonna go Chris Godwin. I think he deserved this week.
I knew you gonna.
I can't.
You wouldn't give it to him, but hey, you
No.
gotta.
I can't.
You,
Yeah, we'll say Chris Godwin. He had an all right week.
You gotta give him his props. You gotta give him his
Yep.
props. What about you, Jay? Who's your best?
I give my best out to, I guess, Baker maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, probably Baker for the performance today. Yeah, I'll give it out to Baker.
The best for me, is actually going to be two best. I'm going to shout out Bijan Robinson. He actually had 95 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Falcons. And then also Tyler Algier had 105 yards and a touchdown. So those were a dynamic duo. You can do some things when both of your two backs of yours can damn near go for 100 yards and a touchdown. So what about bust? Who was a bust this week?
Bust of the week goes out to Jacksonville Jaguars. Man. Bust.
Bust. What about you, CC? Who's the bust?
My bust. And I have to go with, I think, Mike Parsons. What the hell have you been doing, dude? Micah
Ooh,
Parsons
yeah. Where
a
is
bust.
he? Where has he been
I
at?
haven't seen him the past couple
He's
weeks.
injured. His foot's
Oh, his
messed
foot
up.
injured.
Oh, is his
okay. I'm
foot
about to say,
injured?
I ain't.
Okay. I was about to
Yeah.
say, dude,
I ain't-
He
I
left that
still
game. He
ain't
left
seen
that
doing
game
much
2 weeks ago
this
in a
year,
boot, and that's the
period.
last we heard from.
I haven't
Well,
seen
yeah,
him
but even
doing.
before then,
He's been podcasting. That's what he's been doing.
He's
That's what
too
I'm
many
saying.
podcasts.
I don't want to give it to. I want to give it to somebody on the defense because he ain't been doing nothing this year, and
Man.
he's supposed to be top defensive player of the year talk. So I don't know what's going on with him, but something needs to be done.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go bust. I would have to say you can make a case for a lot of teams. Really, I'm gonna say the Browns and Deshaun Watson. They just look terrible. Just the amount of money you paid that man, bro. You mess around, just get benched. You about to be benched. That's gonna be not just bust, but you finna be benched. Damn near they should have kept Joe Flacco. Yeah, that's just terrible. You can't even just. Yeah, that's just terrible. So, busters. I already know my busters, but Dre, who's your buster?
I'd say my buster's still Jabril Peppers. I know we mentioned it a little bit briefly
Ooh.
last week,
Buster
but I'm just
Douglas, boy.
gonna bump that back up to the top.
Damn.
Just come
What a
on, man. Just
jackass.
handle your business.
Right. What about you,
I'm gonna
CC?
say, even though he didn't have. Now this is the same with Trevor Lawrence, or not with Micah Parsons too. Just over the overall year, Trevor Lawrence, Buster,
Mm.
the prince that was promised, is not coming through for us. I don't know what he's been doing. People talk
Avatar.
him up like he's the
The
best
Avatar.
thing. He's really not doing it for us, and
He's not.
I'm still waiting on it. I'm still waiting for him to be that face of the league that everybody said he was going to be, but it's just not happening.
And then my buster is gonna be them Cowboys.
That's a
Man,
good one.
man, just no
Even with the
offense,
injuries.
yeah, even with the injuries, 47-9, you still got to score some points.
That was the Green Bay game last year.
Exactly. You guys be high profiled and all this stuff. That was just an embarrassment. Didn't even show up ready to come play. And yeah, it was in your own home turf,
Mm-mm.
which was even worse. So I think my busters is them Cowboys, but
for sure.
Man, hey, that was another good episode,
Great episode.
man. That was
content.
real great episode.
Great facts.
Week 6 wrap up show. We got a lot of good stuff in there. Looking forward to week 7. If you're watching this, please tell a friend to tell a friend. Shout out to us, the Monday night wrap up crew.
Absolutely.
Pops will be back next week. So for all his fans, the Popsicles, he will be back.
Popsicles.
He will be. That's his fans. He will be back next week. But until next time, it's the Monday night wrap up show.
All right.
We out of here.
Thanks for listening. We out.
Deuces.